Steve Hyatt, a member of Plantation Toastmasters since December 2016. This is the first time Steve is evaluating a speaker in our club. His thrill-like speaker is Jim Barber. Please help me welcome Toastmasters Steve Hyatt.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guest. A few of you have encouraged me to take a more active role in the club. Aside from giving the invitation, not showing up for being off-counter. Tonight, I get an opportunity to evaluate someone who I really admire. I signed up last week, had no idea who I was going to evaluate. Turns out, I get a chance to evaluate someone who I've liked from the moment I met you in December. Jim Barber is truly a great speaker. You know, one of the questions on my evaluation sheet is, how would you evaluate? How would you evaluate this speech? How would you make it better? And frankly, I couldn't think of a thing. Now, I know, Jim, that's not what you want to hear, because you're like Meredith Troy. I remember a couple months ago when someone came up to Meredith and said, gave her an evaluation. She says, I don't want to hear how good it was. I just want to hear how I can make it better. And that's something that Jim touched on tonight about learning at every event that we have, every speech that you give, every time you hear someone give a speech. Jim, the one thing that you bring to the table is your sincerity and your earnestness. Every time you speak, it's kind of like sitting on a porch swing with you and we're having a conversation. And it's just like every time I hear Jim speak, it's a friend talking about whatever. Tonight was especially thrilling because I got the chance to learn a little bit more about Jim. I wasn't around years ago to hear his first icebreaker, and I wondered when I saw the title of the speech exactly what he was going to do. I found out tonight that he was an engineer, and an atypical engineer, because mostly engineers that I've known through my life, just like Jim talked about, were geeks. They didn't talk. They were very uncomfortable standing in public giving a speech, but not Jim. A lot of people have been kind enough to come up to me and say, you're a natural speaker. You're a lawyer. This is not someone you would think would be a natural speaker, but he's as natural as anybody I've ever heard. It was thrilling to have an opportunity to watch him. Jim, great job as always. Mr. General Evaluator.